basic things you gotta know. I'm telling you because if you buy a property that is encroached on the neighbors, right? This is a very common thing. You are going to have to spend money on having somebody to set the boundaries straight. And if the property is being encroaching the neighbor for 5 years, say bye-bye, my friends. You cannot fight it. That's the end of that. So be sure that the property line is what the agent tells you to be, or the research, you can do it online. Also, be sure that if a garage is converted, do not believe that it's permitted, right? Common sense, what I said. Common sense, use common sense, because if a garage is converted, of course, it will benefit you for some time, but you never know, right? You might rent it to a bad tenant, and he's going to call the inspector, and the only one that's going to have problems is yourself. I see it happening all the time, right? When I sell properties, they have the garage conversion, and they say, oh, well, you know, the other agent told me it is a garage, but it's been on the property for a long time. Listen, that doesn't go with me, because every time you sell a property, there's a property inspection from the city, and if the city knows that you have a garage conversion, they're going to let you tear it out. And it costs money. Money because, right, you're going to have to find somebody to do it. Then you got to pay a penalty, depends on the city, and also, right, you have to bring it back to a garage. So that's very important. It's also very important, let's say that the property title says, let's say 3 bedroom and 2 bath. And when you go and see the property, now it's a 4 bedroom or a 5 bedroom. My friends, that's a no-no. It will benefit you. There's nothing wrong in it. But think before you think it's a 5 bedroom, because sometimes it's very, very well done. Sometimes it's not. A lot of people cut sometimes the living room because it's huge, and they make it into an extra bedroom, or they take out the separate dining room and they make it into a bedroom. So it will benefit you if you're looking for a 5 bedroom or a 4 bedroom, because like that if you have a big family. But you know, the truth is that it's only a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. And that when you sell it, you got to disclose that it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath being used as a 5 bedroom. Another point that's very important when you buy a property is that if the property has a room addition, that is very common. I see it all the time. And they said, oh no, this is legal. Well, if it looks a little bit shaky, you know it's not legal. And if they tell you that it's legal, you want to see the permits, because most people will tell you what you want to hear, right, to make the sale. But that's not the truth, because if the inspector comes because the neighbor, you don't get along with your neighbor, or the tenant leaves in a bad note with you, they're going to call the inspector. I guarantee it, because I see it all the time. The inspector comes, cites you, and you got to make that room legal. And most of the time, it's not properly done. And they make you tear it out, and it's going to cost you money, aggravation, had to go downtown, right? You got to take time from your job and family. And that causes you stress and negativity in real estate, which you don't need, right? So if you hear my advice, you're going to follow what I have to say. And that's very important if you want to be a millionaire. These are little simple steps you have to follow so you don't do that. Because in the long run, right, you want to have a great life, right? Enjoy all the time instead of having stress that you don't need to, right? Real estate could be great or could be stressful. It depends, how you play it. It's like the game in life. If you play it right, you're not going to have a lot of problems. But if you play it wrong, you are creating your own problems. So as I told you about those little details when you're buying a property, it's also very important about the roofing, the plumbing, the electricity. And some of these properties that the banks sell, they're as is. So it's your responsibility to bring a home inspector. I totally recommend that. I always do it when I'm selling a property with my clients because it's only for their own benefit. It might cost you $300 to $500 or more, but it is worth it because like that if the plumbing is in good condition, if the electrical is in good condition, if the roofing is in good condition, and also if there's additions to the property that they're not legal, and also they will do for you the property line, right? For all that small money, you will save a lot of headaches. And like that, if the property needs new plumbing, then you know in your heart how much you're going to have to spend in plumbing, or if it needs roofing, or if it needs electrical. So all these points are very important to know, right? Because you're the only one that's going to fit. Also, the bank does not do termite. Termite do not do, right? But you can also do a termite inspection, correct? You can call a company, and it's only depends on the company, $80. I know it's money out of your pocket, right? But it's worth every penny of it. Take my 10 cents of advice that will benefit